weather the storm. Oh, weather the storm. Weather the storm.
I have seen the skyline in the skyline. Yeah, on two sides. Yeah, your children will focus their eyes behind to the king's eyesight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Weather the storm, weather the storm, weather the storm, weather the storm. And see, I see, I weather the storm. Yeah, weather the storm, weather the storm, weather the storm. King Thomas, weather the storm. Through the invasions of Benito Mussolini, give me now. Through the invasion of the other one, if you see me, yeah, give me now. To the fascist invasions of World War II. Now again, weather the storm, weather the storm, weather the storm. I listen, I see, I weather the storm. I listen, I see first, Rastaman come hail him from beginning. The original book of King David, from him the king of all kings. Majestic and from the king of all wind. Majestic and freedom from Aladdin swing. So I and I shut down Babylon and heal him forever. 72 nations come down to his majesty, all at the center. For he is majestic and higher, the king of all kings.
Itago Dub in the Forest. Featuring Pressure, Midnight Ras Bass, and Ancient King, also Lava. Weather the storm, weather the storm, weather the storm, eh. Weather the storm, 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 eh. That is Avog Benjamin, aka Akai Beka, saying, weather the storm, weather the storm, weather the storm. Selassie, I weather the storm. All those are chords, jais are chords. So now, Ukakigua Ganokona, there was this man, a charismatic man, who used to fly a whisk. Okaigwa harabe ya adomagati de kagari. Harabe ya adomagati de kagari. So what is a whisk? What is the significance of a whisk? What is the esoteric symbolism behind blandishing a whisk? Kuridayo. Usione jega wa muthaka ni muboi wa bariabu. Jega wa muthaka ni endete andu. Jega wa muthaka ni endetwo ni andu. Jega wa muthaka ndenda kwendwo muno. Jega wa muthaka ni love is not the answer. Okay? Love kills. Now, so away from the whisk. So the whisk, every time someone is brandishing the whisk, esoterically speaking, you are sweeping away your carnal thoughts. So the man who is brandishing the whisk, if you know what you are doing, we have said this before. If you know what you are doing, you are a powerful what? You can reply in the comments. You know what we say. So this, whenever someone is brandishing the whisk, if they are a magician and they are powerful enough, if they know what they are doing, then what they are doing with this, they are swimming away all the carnal thoughts. So what are your carnal thoughts? Or you are animalistic, lower carnal, from the word carnal, carnivore, animalistic, carnal thoughts. Nithayo. So now, I've seen a few people putting this on your borders without knowing. Now we keep saying this. Some of the things that are befalling you out of ignorance. Come on now. Who's calling now? Or you telling me it has no sound? So that is one man called Ken. You have actually interrupted a live. So back to the live. You like my hat? You like my yellow hat? I've never even seen it. Oh, I have a hat. I have a yellow hat to represent the Sunday, the colors of the sun. I always have everything in the house without knowing it. So now, wakiona mundu ohete giki boda ini ateithie kurutite thi akona atekite. So some of the things that are befalling ukaigua ibuku riu rigikwira andu akwa makora ni kwaga umenyo. My people shall perish for lack of knowledge, says the book. Now, so what you call a whisk signifies what you can call I'm looking for the perfect word. Majesty, majestic, solemn, quiet, royalty, spiritual teaching. Okay, so majestic, solemn, spiritual teaching. You can use it like a wand if you know what you are doing. So we ona Mũgĩkũyũ ena gĩcuthĩ kĩa ng'ombe wakĩigua kĩina he nyũmba ya mwarĩ witũ ĩgitĩtwo na ithanjĩ ĩna icuthĩ cia ng'ombe. So we are talking about cleaning or sweeping away the carnal thoughts. Those carnal thoughts that can come with nyũmba ya mwarĩ witũ. So that's your daughter. So you are sweeping away the carnal thoughts. All those anyway, that's called a disclaimer. Kirira gia gĩcuthĩ kĩa ng'ombe nĩ kĩrĩra kĩrikĩru mũno. Kĩhana kĩrĩra kĩa mbakĩ. Those are some of the things that cannot tutiandĩkaga. That which needs to be understood need not be written. So for some of these things, they don't need to be written. You cannot read them somewhere. And you're not even going to talk about them on Metaverse. Okay? So if you need to know more about that, then now we have to start creating communities. We have to start creating meetups and things like that. Now, you have seen other people holding the club. There was a man called Moses. Moses was holding what you can call the Moses staff. He was wielding a staff, a stick. So Moses, remember, Moses is an allegory. Anything that you see in that Bible is an allegory of something that you have inside you. All to the point that the things you name in the Bible, these cities are things that are inside you. Jerusalem is inside you. Noah's Ark is something that is inside you. The story of Moses is inside you. All those as allegories. The story of Moses is a river, a feeling that was able to divide from the main one and have its own thoughts and ideas, aka it had to be birthed into a masculine, a baby boy. Anyway, so Hanuman, when you go to Brahma, Abrahamic religion, the three wise men, taking all that Baal, taking all that Brahma, the Indian, all the way to Ham in Africa, the three mentalities, the three wise men. When you go to the Indians, the Brahma, you will find Hanuman holding a staff. Jogomaya Hanuman. Okay? Wadikwe Maasai. The Maasais will always have a club. So what are they pointing to? Mwiko ni Jogoma. Okay? When you're Jogoma, stop looking at my small staff. This was a beaded staff. This was a ceremonial beaded staff. It was all beaded. I took away the beads because the beads did not agree to my virtues and principles. So I took away the beads. So now it's a club. Now, wanegua kirira kia mithigi, marokaiwa mundu ucio anyitite muthigi, the Moses rod, the Moses staff. When you come to the Kikuyus, we have our own staff. Nituri muthigi witu. We have the staff that is forked. Again, that is forbidden knowledge. I'm not going to speak about that on this video. There's a reason why I am mentioning these as disclaimers in the opening of this video. Now, kuri thayo. So today's sermon, being a Sunday, the day of the worship of the sun, your solar plexus, your individuality, expressing it. Now, let's say, for example, I'm inviting people for dinner. Let's say, for example, we were supposed to have a meetup on the 20th. Okay? But then I changed the dates because on 20th I'll be at 254 Kikuyu for a soul group meeting and a flea market kind of thing that will be happening. So it has moved from the 12th to... Mojiro, ne mweri sigana? 254 ne mweri sigana? Kiria 902? 19th. So it has moved from the 12th to the 19th. So I had guests coming over on 20th. So I had to move the meeting forward. Now, let's say you have invited people for dinner. Okay? Wena moke ni ageni. Wena goima. Wena iruga. Kwena jahi. Kiruma. Kwena gia kunyua. Kwena osuru. Ageni ni maroka. So once you have invited guests, you have sent a message. Come for dinner. You have sent a message. You are most welcome for lunch. You are expecting guests. The moment you send out an invitation, you start behaving like the guests are already here. So on that day, you are going to wash your house if you have not been washing your house. You are going to hire chairs. You are going to hire a tent. You are going to hire plants, flowers. You are going to hire a PA system, maybe depending on the guest you're expecting. So before the guests come, you do all this. Dugagatege no mage gukasa. We othi wakombora hama, wakombora ite, ukarehe andu akuruga, wakombora, mugathinja, mugeterera ageni moke. So you are already walking in faith that the guests are going to come. So you don't waste time. So you are ready for them. AKA, you are already walking the party. You are already walking the talk. You are already walking the guests. You have your water outside. You even have markings on the road. You have balloons on your gate if it's a birthday party. That is where you have gotten. So to signify that you have a party, you go to the road, you talk to your boda guys, you tell them, denageni maroka kwa kwae. So muna adu marora jira, mumere kwa jaga muthaka ninako, ninaguko. Why am I giving you this story? So, once you prepare for your guests now, they are coming, you have no limitations in your mind on expecting the guests to come over. Okay? Unless they cancel. And you are left with wood and food to go to waste. or to give to your neighbors. Now, those who know about manifestation or how prayer works, for those who want, for those of you who believe in prayer, for those of you who pray, whether you know or you don't know, when you pray, when you set out your intentions, when you set out your manifestations, when you put out your whiteboard, when you put up your vision board, when you are preparing for all that, you're supposed to do it like it has already happened. So most of you are sending out intentions, prayers, thoughts, expectations, but you don't prepare for them. You want to manifest. For example, I was doing this last night. I want to go on holiday. Okay? So since I want to go on holiday, I have to start looking at the hotels. 2 grown-ups plus 1 or 2 children. Which are the places do I want to go for a holiday? You have to be specific. I want to go to holiday, Malindi. You cannot be wanting to go to Malindi and you're looking at Watamu and you're looking at Lamu and you're looking at Diani. Or you're looking at Mauritius and you're looking at any other location. So you have to be specific. Where do I want, or where am I going? Key word, where am I going for my holiday? If it is Watamu, then what kind of hotel do I need in Watamu? How many meters from the beach? Maximum. Do you want to be 200 meters or 300 meters or 400 meters? You have to be very specific. I'm going on holiday. Where? Watamu. How far from the beach? Maximum 200 meters from the beach. So those are the filters that will come for your hotel. Do you want a hotel, an apartment, a cottage, or a room? Be very specific. Write it down. Do you want bed and breakfast? Write it down. Do you want a cook to be on standby? Write it down. Are you going to fly there? Yes. How close is the airstrip? Write it down. What are the costs, the fares? Write it down. How many minutes is the airport to where you are going, so that now you can even decide whether you need to change something? Write it down. The same way, when you're expecting guests, when they are coming over and you have cooked, you have sent invitations, so you start getting ready. You don't doubt it. You cook. You hire people to come and you have a PA system. You hire plants and everything. The same preparation that you do when you have guests coming over, when you have your in-laws coming over, when you have your friends coming over, when you have a party coming over, you cook. When you are throwing a party, you get all different types of drinks. You get your ice cubes ready. You bring out your best tumblers, your best glasses, your best everything. You set them up. Okay? If you are like a host with the most, like Jagawa Mudhaka, you have everyone catered for. So everything is ready. The same way, when it comes to your prayers, are you prepared for what you're about to manifest? Or do you just say, oh, God, oh God of mercy, help me, God, me, you said I am your child, God, so child of God, I'm a child. You, God, help me go on a holiday. So God is going to help you go on a holiday, because when you ask, you shall receive. But you are going to receive you going on a holiday, maybe on your mind. So your mind may go on a holiday, aka the whole of this Sunday you are not thinking anything. You're just at home lazing around. So that is the holiday you manifested. So you may keep thinking, oh, holiday yako holiday yoka. It came. Because that is the holiday you are prepared for. You prayed for a holiday. So when you pray for something, you're in that energy, you're in that cloud, you're in those colors, in that frequency. So the universe, the gods, or whatever you want to call them, they see that kind of wavelength, that energy. So they give you more of that. So if more of that holiday is you just staying at home and Netflix, you are going to have so many nights of you being on Netflix. You'll be up at 2 a.m. on Netflix, manifesting your holiday, aka the day that you don't have to be bothered. So you're going to go and grab your popcorns, grab your soda, grab your sweet things, sweet nothings, maybe find a date. You'll be cuddled on the couch with your date, enjoying your Netflix, because that is the holiday you are manifesting for yourself. Okay? Because you are lazy. You didn't take the time to put in the works. Where the mind goes, the body goes. You have to put everything into action. You see, religion is teaching you to be lazy. And I keep saying this. Religion is laziness. They teach you that someone has done everything. Oh, someone died on something for you, so have faith in that. Be intentional with your thoughts. Be intentional with your feelings. Okay? Have time frames. When do you want to go on holiday? Remember, it's not the money that is going to enable you to go to holiday. It's your intentions. There are so many people who have so much money, but they don't go on holidays. They are always busy getting more money. They are always busy traveling, working. Millionaires who cannot even find time to sit down and reflect. So money does not equate to a holiday. So don't even say you are not going to go on a holiday because you don't have money. No. Set the intentions. Okay? Your thoughts and feelings. This is my thought. I'm going to a holiday. How am I going to feel about it? I'm going to be happy. I'm going to feel I've overcome. I'm going to feel relaxed. I'm going to feel I have achieved. So what is that you are creating? Your thought is the holiday. Your feeling is how you're going to feel about it. So what are you going to create? What is that star? What is that timeline? What is that chain of event that is going to come out of that? Okay? Now, it's not a glitch. I'm the one who's quiet. Sometimes I also listen. Sometimes I don't like using the Bible to give you examples, because most of us never learned how to read that book and decode the allegories. But I believe, or I know, they know nithayo ta cross ayo maniwe nawe ikuyomeja doire nithayo. So now, in the Bible, it says, let me search for that verse. Star the gift. It's in your Bible. Star the gift. Let me put Bible so that the search does not go everywhere. Though your intentions, you have to know how powerful your intentions are. So even when you are searching for something, even without putting the Bible, just because you're in that frequency of what you want to search for. All you have to search for is it even came up. This was written by Apostle Paul to Timothy. His young discipline in the faith. I'm going to read the whole of this verse because I don't even know why it came out. So the results are 50,500,000 results is what I got. 50,500,000 results. So, for me, I don't just take things for granted. So my mind is already working. Why did I see that? Why did I pay attention to that? So now, what does it mean to start up the gift? Okay, what does it mean to start up the gift? To start up the gift. Start up the gift is a phrase written by the Apostle Paul to Timothy, his young disciple in the faith. So who is a disciple? When you talk about the 12 disciples, a disciple is a discipline. Okay? A disciple is nothing more but a discipline. So the 12 disciples of JC, the 12 disciples of Christ consciousness, those are the 12 disciplines. So Judas is a disciple. Judas is a discipline. So what do you know Judas for? You know Judas can sell you for that pieces of silver. You know Judas can betray you with a kiss. So Judas is a discipline. So when you are reading that book, when you are reading the book of Judas, you are reading about the discipline of Judas. You are reading of what to do and not to do as Judas, as a discipline for yourself. Peter and Paul were the first apologetics. They went against everything. They said, we want to be crucified upside down. Okay? All those are disciplines. Now, so we have 2 Timothy. So the Apostle Paul, if you know who Paul was, Paul as a discipline, is talking to his young disciple in the faith. So Paul is talking to one of his disciplines. Therefore, I remind you to stir up the gift of God which is in you through the laying on of my hands. So what is God? A mind. The world was created with the word. And the mind has to be constructed by a mind, a mentality, man. Now, therefore, I remind you to stir up the gift of the mind which is in you through the laying on of my hands. Now, Paul was writing this to his discipline, Timothy, while awaiting his execution. He was in prison. He only had a very short time left before his death. So he penned this profoundly personal letter full of intense affection and concern for his beloved companion and protege. Paul knew that Timothy faced an enormous responsibility in leading the church, and he wanted to encourage the young man to stand firm in safeguarding the gospel and spreading the message of salvation in Christ. So the word stirring up denotes the kindling of a fire. So you have a fire burning. Nego nemoaki. So when the fire is dying, you take a piece of wood and rekindle the fire. Utogania moaki. You rekindle the fire so you have more air to light up the fire. So that rekindling, that stirring up, brings the allegory of the rod or the staff or the magic wand or your wand. Nidhayo. Or your geshuthe, kiangobe, or your jogoma, or the Moses staff, Moses rod. Now, you have seen people making classical music, and when they're making classical music, they have what you call a conductor. You know that electricity is conducted through wires. Conduction. So, what is to conduct? So now, you have a music presentation. So you have what you call, he has a name. His name is not coming. He has a name. He has a specific name. So he is conducting the music. So he is holding a staff. You can call it whatever you want. And he is conducting the orchestra, the music. So he is going la 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 parararara. So you are there with your oblong, you are there with your trumpet, you are there with your flute, you are there with your drum, you are there with whatever you have, you are playing the music. You are looking at the conductor and you are looking at your music notes. You know your music notes. You know your role. You know your part. You are a flute player. You know your numbers. You know your musical notes. You know that for your part you are doing the C major or whatever you want to call it. So you are playing your part, but you are looking at the conductor, and the conductor is wielding a staff, the Moses rod, whatever you want to call it. It can be a magic wand. Okay? He is conducting. What is to conduct? What is conduction? We go to you. You are Google scholars. I don't want you to say I'm coming up with my own things. So I like using your own things. I like using your own Google scholars results. So define a conductor. Come on now. Come on now. I'm using a Mason's gadget. So this is, can see, it's Amazon, a Mason, Amazon, a Mason. Shout out to that Mason. Shout out to Jeff Bezos. He has to have that J, okay, in this name. So a person who directs the performance of an orchestra or choir is called a conductor. That is a noun. A person who collects fares and sells tickets on a bus, that's a bus conductor. Now, the synonyms are a convoy, escort, a pilot, an usher, a courier. Now, away from that, and then you go to the physics. Since we like dealing with the metaphysics, let's go to the electricity part, okay? So, a material or device that conducts or transmits heat or electricity, especially when regarded in terms of its capacity to do this. So, the music conductor is wielding a magic wand, a rod. He is able to transmit. He's not transmitting heat. He's not transmitting electricity. Okay? But he's transmitting something, a frequency. Remember, he is the master of the orchestra. Without him, there's no music. Okay? So when he is wielding the staff, the rod, he is conducting, he is directing the energy. There have been studies that have been done that have shown that when an orchestra is playing without a conductor, the music is not the same. Okay? Now, the same way the conductor is driving the frequency, the energy, and how the people are feeling, he is hyping them up with this rod, with this stick. He is transmitting, he is conducting all that energy into one huge ball of energy for you, the audience. And that is why he has his back to you, but he's performing for you. Okay? Now, that transmission, all that magic that is doing, because it's doing a ritual. Everything you do is a ritual. Waking up is a ritual. Walking is a ritual. You brushing your teeth is a ritual. Everything you do is a ritual, whether you know it or you don't know it. That's on you. You may say it's not the same thing. I'm not here to argue with you. Okay? Or even try to... Everything is a ritual. So whatever ritual he is doing, he has mesmerized. He captures the attention of the music players. They don't even now look at the notes. You have seen some Indians who are able to entice the cobra with some fruits, some music frequencies. So he's doing the same thing to the musicians now, to make you give the best of everything. Okay? Shout out to Roman Vago. He has a song saying, I'm giving you the best of me. I think it's Roman Vago. You know, I like shouting out people for whatever they are doing. It's not what you do, it's how you do. So I think it's Roman Vago who says, I'm giving you the best of me. A very beautiful song, full of esoteric wisdom if you know how to find it. I'm giving you the best of me. I'm giving you the best of me. I think it's that. Best. Roman Vago. Best of me. I know my music. I know my music. It has to be Best of Me by Roman Vago. Come on now. Come on now. You can be made by a Mason and then disappoint me. Yes. That's the song. Okay? So he is giving. So the people doing the music are giving their best to him because of the rod, because of the staff, because of the magic wand, because he's transmitting all that energy. Okay, back to the audience. Now, when you are writing your intentions on your vision boards, you know, it's embarrassing that you go around saying that Africans are the most powerful people in the world, and then you say you fell from glory. Some of you are going to blame it on slavery. Some of you are going to blame it on the trials and tribulations. But you have to remember that you are not the creation. You are the creators. So you are creating your reality. Everything starts from inside you, your psyche. Everything on the outside starts from your mind. You are creating everything. You are creating your own reality. So if you are creating a reality of always being oppressed, it shows you that from the inside you have no charismatic gifts. You gave up all of your energy. You gave up all your power. You gave up all your magic. So when other people are using the magic against you, don't blame anyone else. When you are practicing witchcraft on yourself, don't blame anybody else. Blame nobody else but yourself. God never created you and told you, so now that I've created you, follow the Bible. It doesn't even say so in the Bible. Show me a scripture in the Bible that says that when God created you, he said you have to follow the book. You are Bible scholars, theologians. In my DM, I deal with theologians. People who have been in theology 13 to 20 years. They come to my DM. They say, Jegawa Mulaka, I've studied theology for 13 years. And it's not even making sense to me. We are not receiving any calls now. Not now. Not receiving any calls. So that call can wait. Not when you're talking about theology. So, you are the creators. You are not the creation. So most of you want to manifest things in your life, but you're not doing anything. You're not even taking a pen to paper on what plans you have for the day. Then you think that by praying, anything is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen for you in prayer if you're not moving in faith. Just like you prepare for a meal, just like when you prepare when you have guests coming over, nothing is going to move or happen for you. Stir the gift in you. It's in your Bible. what we call the title. I have an upcoming space, so I'm going on Twitter Spaces in a few minutes, so I'm not going to extend this video. In like 10 minutes, I have a private Twitter space that I have to join, so I'm going to end this video there. It's very undone, but it was on purpose because sometimes I want you to use your esoteric lawyer, aka use your mind. I may say something very, to some people it may be very minimal, but there are some lines and some words that I specifically put in all my videos, and if your psyche, what you call subliminal messages, the way they do in the movies, you can also do that. We also do that. It's nothing. We taught them how to do it in the movies. They learn from us. So in the same way, in my videos, if you listen carefully, if you pay attention, paying attention means selling your soul. Okay? What is to sell your soul? When you are selling your soul, it means your soul, your individual spirit, the time that you are supposed to be working for your individual spirit, you are taking that time to put it into something else. But what you put it into, does it benefit you? You know, you say musicians, they sell their soul. Oh, you know, they sold their soul to the devil. No. How do they sell their soul to the devil? One, depending on how many hands you have been shaking, now you have a manager. So you are no longer yourself. Everything you do is decided by your manager. Depending on how many hands you have been shaking, you don't even have a life. They decide on this date you'll be in this city. On this day you'll be staying in this hotel. In the afternoon you are meeting this media company. In the evening you are going to have dinner with this record company. So you don't have a life for yourself. So you sold your soul because you're supposed to be taking that time to work on your solo self. Soul, from solo, an individual spirit, a soul, as a single spirit now. The time you are supposed to be working on yourself, expanding your mind, expanding your space within spaces, expanding your mind, your reach, becoming light, L-I-T-E, expanding, expansion into new territories, new ideas, new cities, new things. But you don't have time. You don't have the time because the time, depending on how many hands you shook, and the devil is a liar, aka your mind lies to you. That's why they say an idle mind is a devil's workshop, because the mind is an awareness that doesn't change. If you don't know where to drive your mind, you can get lost. That's your spaceship. So that's how you sell your soul. What are you willing to pay in attention to? Are you just lost on stupid TikTok videos of people who cannot dance in real life, but they are going to dance on cameras? Okay, so are you lost in people who have got nothing to give you? They have millions of followers, but what can they do? They can only dance. They can only do voiceovers, other voiceovers. They have no imagination. They cannot spark anything out of their minds. They are dads. Okay? They have no imaginations of themselves. They cannot even do their own voice over the videos. They have to be out of sync in videos, trying to be something they are not, trying to fit. They have no charismatic gifts. Okay? So if you don't have that, you are selling your soul to that which you are following, instead of working on you becoming a best version of yourself. Because they have taught you that life revolves around being popular. Life revolves around making videos. Life revolves around having many followers, whether you have anything to say or don't. So life revolves around views. Life revolves around so all that. You need to do makeup. You need to have lights to make videos. No. It's not what you do. It's how you do it. All of us can do filters. We can do filters. We can do makeup. We can do lights. We can do locations. But for what? Don't hit the messenger. You take your message. So learn to not sell your soul, because time is all you have, and you have so much time. But maximize on the time, because in reality, you don't have the time. Did you get that? Or did they go over your head? Time is all you have. Lots of it, but you don't have time. One day we'll speak about time. I don't wear watches. I have a huge collection of good watches. I used to collect watches. If I show you my collection of watches, is priceless. I used to go to town, stand outside Indian shops, waiting for people to bring their watches. And I'll be paying attention. If you're living in your watch, I'm like, so what happened to the watch? Oh, they cannot repair it. Be told, can I buy the watch? You know, so I have. But time, the only time you have is the time you have individually. There's no time, because you make up time. Even day and night is not real. Okay? Day and night is not real. It's made up. We are living in one single day. One day. We're in the same timeline. But the timeline has two luminaries. It's in your Bible. Genesis chapter 1, verse 15. And God made two great luminaries. One to shine over the day, which is the sun, and one to shine or illuminate during the night, which is the moon. And it also adds, and he made stars. So are you a star? I mean, I've seen people calling themselves star. He's the star. He's the pop star. He is a rap star. Why are you calling yourself a star? Who told you you're not a star? And who told you don't know? Mwagi Ancient, Nidhayo, Roman Virgo. Yes, Roman Virgo is the one who says, I give you the best of me. 12 hours, 24 hours. You don't have 24 hours in your life. That's a lie. They lie to you. The Bible tells you. Two luminaries. Calls it day and night. Those are two different things. The Bible does not talk about a 24-hour economy. So they lie to you. They tell you have 24 hours so that when you give all your time working for your systems, you still think you have time. You don't have 24 hours. You only have 12 days. One luminary. Day, the sun, those 12 hours. 6 a.m., for those who know where I'm going with this. 2 p.m., deep esoteric message, and 10 p.m. That can take someone 50 years to decode. 6 a.m., 2 p.m., 10 p.m. That may even take someone lifetimes. Some people may have to be born a few hundred years to just get that. Anyway, now, you don't have 24 hours. You have 12 hours. But they have to lie to you. You have to unlearn a lot of bullshit that they have been teaching you or indoctrinating you or programming you. When you think you have 24 hours, now you are willing to give them 9 to 5. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., you are willing to give them to work for what they have given you. So they give you principles that you have to, for you to feel safe, you have to do some things to feel safe. You need to, they know that spirits don't like to be unsure. So when you have a job, you know you can eat. When you have a title, you know you're important. So you pay attention to titles, 9 to 5, and your day is gone. And then they say, oh, you have 24 hours. You don't have 24 hours. When you go to bed, you're supposed to be sleeping. When you go to bed, you're supposed to go baptize, aka take a shower, get to bed, and rest this body. Rest this physical body so that now you can wake up on the spiritual side so that you can dream big. Some of you cannot even dream. because in the middle of the night you're still on your application. Some of you fall asleep with your phones on your faces. So how are you going to dream? You can't dream. That's why you have no dreams. That's why you only follow what everybody else is doing, or what's happening on TikTok. Oh, we are dancing to this challenge. What do you mean a challenge? When will you come up with your own original something? Yet we see it every time someone does something new, something original. We gravitate towards that. We pay attention to that. Do you know how many things you can do on the internet that can blow you out there? If you do it your own way, your own individual way, without looking at other people. Just the same way, you can think of things in a billion ways, a trillion ways. It's the same way you can do things in a trillion ways, a billion ways. Is it a really good thing? No, it's not a good thing. The fact that you are aware of so many things shows you just how low you are in the spiritual world. The more you are aware of a billion ways, a trillion ways, the more low you are on the spiritual ride. Because the more you go up, the more lighter you're supposed to be, the more less dense. So the more of less things you're supposed to be aware of. Okay? But then again, on the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension, it also has its own parameters, reach. Here we have billions and trillions to count. On those other realms, you also have other parameters. But being a light being, L-I-T-E, you're not heavy, aka you're not weighed down by the things of the world. You know what they mean. They are just titles. They are just physical things. You're not even going to take them with you. So keyword, you're using everything. You're using your car. You're using your TV. You're using the things around you. You have no attachment to them. You're just using them. You understand what they mean. So that allegory of it's easy for a camel to go. All that allegory does not affect you, because for you, you know this is vanity. So as a being, when you transform, aka when you go through death, a transition, death is beautiful, death is transformation. Anything around you see has gone through death. A flower, a plant, a bug, death is beautiful, death is transformation, death is like an orgasm. Anyone who has died has experienced an orgasm going through death. Something, the only way I can say is an orgasm. I've died many times before, been here before. I'm a life path number 9. So the way your mind is when you're going through transformation, the mind, the mentality, when you are floating in the esoteric clouds, you gravitate to things that are similar to you. But what is similar to you, the virtues and principles, if your mind is too big for this world, aka no mind can contain you, no vessel, no human body can contain that mind, you have to be birthed, aka you have to go incarnate into another existence, another being, another thing, another timeline, another whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's how you ascend. Then in that ascension, the same virtues and principles you had here, you are going to have them there, but they are going to play out different. Video here. I didn't want this video to go that far, so I'm going to end it so that I can get on my spaces. I know you are going to get 1 or 2 things out of that video. Na tuende dhayo. Sio karijo umeweka 888. I don't know what you want to mean. 8 is that infinity, that meta, that loop. On the so the 8th dimension will be something like what you can call a galaxy. Okay, a galaxy, those worlds in the 8th dimension, that would be that. 9 is a verse, a metaverse, a universe. Anything that has a verse is number 9, is completion, is all that. Kuridayo. So, Duokaremire, with the peace of the Lord be with you. Mwangi ancient, infinity ways. God is all possibilities. Okay? Now, before I go, I have a question for you. What came first, the chicken or the egg? Esoterically speaking, I like to hear your opinion on that. So, with that, we'll catch up.